believe, sir, that physically a 10-year-old girl's body could physically have a baby?
Well, I can't speak to that. I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know.
You read about the 10-year-old child that came here from Ohio.
Yes.
Because she was raped. Is that what you mean by Indiana becoming a tourism place?
I didn't see her specifically.
Would you say that young lady was supposed to have that baby?
Well, here's what I think we should say. I think rape should be a capital punishment, and that person should be executed, first off. Perhaps if we had stiffer... Let me address you legislators related to this. Our rape laws are so weak that you, in essence, they incentivize these crimes.
Penalties.
Well, sir,
I asked you about the bill that we're talking about is abortion.
Yeah.
Should that child have to have that child?
So God is the giver and taker of life. And God gave that young girl life, despite a terrible circumstance, and you don't punish the child for the sin of the father. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Do you believe, sir, that physically a 10-year-old girl's body could physically have a baby?
Well, I can't speak to that. I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't know.
Well, here, let me help you.
Yeah.
There's a separation that happens with the hips of a mother when she delivers. Are you familiar with that?
The separation? No, please elaborate.
Well, it has to happen unless you have a C-section, for the baby to come down the birth canal. Are you familiar with that?
Sure, I have 4 children. Yes.
Okay, so do you think that young girl's pelvic area could separate wide enough for her to have a baby come through the canal?
Again, that's not a question I can answer. So that's why there's an option. Thank God for medical technology and emergency C-section that can happen.
I'm glad that she could have a C-section.
Yeah.
But I do want to get back to what you do.
Yes.
How do you know all those people showing up from Ohio are going in and getting an abortion?
Because the clinic that I'm at specifically, that's all they do. It's not a Planned Parenthood. They don't offer many different services. It's just an abortion clinic.
So they walk in and say, hey, I'm going in to get an abortion?
Absolutely, yes.
They tell you that?
Yes. Senator, I would love for you to join us. I will get your contact information, and you can see firsthand of the men and women who go in there.
Actually, we've met before. I've seen you. Okay. I saw you up at the 86th and Georgetown.
Yep.
And you weren't asking them. You were telling them they were killing kids. Okay. So don't do that.
You've seen me specifically?
Yes, sir. Okay. I saw you.
You may have saw me preaching in the State House quite a bit because that's what I do. But perhaps you're mixing me up on 86.
Let's get back to the abortion bill.